If you write the truth of what you see in front of you in Israel and the West Bank, you will be savagely targeted. As part of the book, I interviewed the New York Times, The Economist, Reuters, AFP, and I found a common trait. Reuters even has their own special words that we're allowed to use that won't upset the Israelis. And I went there with the view that I'd been in Washington and New York, I would report it as I saw it. But every time I would write about settlements, something that's factual, you get targeted.
I've just been living there for the last year and a half in Jerusalem, and what John says is correct. I mean, I've been writing about it for 15 years. The way it often works is a journalist who is critical, Jewish, non-Jewish, Muslim, Palestinian, Christian, whatever. If you write critical of the settlements, if you write critical of the occupation, if you write critical of the Israeli government, if you're critical of the way the Israel lobby in Australia, in my view, perniciously and dishonestly pressures media organisations from the ABC and others, and governments, you will be targeted, privately or publicly.
Do you face the same from the Palestinian lobby? I'm sure there are plenty of journalists who have been caught up in complaint
mechanisms. There's a lobby that exists. It is small but growing. It has influence, but it's relatively insignificant. That's more just the nature, I think, how political power works in this country. But I think one of the things that you find, anyone who spends time in Israel or the West Bank or Gaza, which, as John said, is now occupation for 50 years, and it's now, in my view, permanent. We have to ask ourselves why so many people in the media and the political elites, including in Australia, refuse to say the reality. Occupation as permanence is something that is ugly. There needs to be far more honesty with politicians here and journalists that don't give in to Israel lobby bullying, which happens all the time.